one of the things that distinguishes a yoga practice from a Pilates class or from an aerobics class or any other workout class is intention and breath. So as you come down onto your mat, let it be with reverence. Step into a different quality of space, a different quality of time. Where your normal habitual behavior, your ego structure is maybe a little less rigid, opening up the possibility to learn something new about yourself. Remember from last week, now the inquiry of yoga, Hatha Yoga Anushasana. Arrive on your mat with a curious and open awareness. Let go of right and wrong ways to do the pose. Turn towards discovering what feels aligned for you. Begin to notice that you are breathing. And let the breath carry your attention deeper into the body. Soften the belly. Let the muscles around the ribs soften and feel the center of your back relax into the floor a little more. Let your shoulder blades rest a little more on the floor as the muscles around them relax and the muscles of the chest soften and open. Now that you've made room for the breath, begin to invite it in. As you inhale through the nose, expand the belly, expand the rib cage, expand the chest. As you exhale, release the chest, the ribs, the belly. Inhale through the nose, expand the belly up through the ribs, into the chest. Exhale through the nose, release the chest, the ribs, the belly. Go at your own pace. This is called Dirga Pranayam, the 3-part breath. As you continue, notice if your awareness is very focused on the front body, which is really common. If it is, see if you can drop your awareness down inside the body to rest along the spine. So that as you inhale, you feel yourself filling bottom to top, but up through the center, up through that central pillar, right up to the heart. And then as you exhale, release down that central pillar, down to the base of the belly. Then inhale and fill up from the center to the heart. And then exhale down. So that you feel you're expanding in all directions from the inside out. releasing back to center as you exhale. I invite you to return again and again to this breath. Let it be the foundation of your practice. The next time you exhale, let your breath return to rest. Pause. Notice any change in what you feel. Then draw your right knee into your chest and interlace the fingers over the knee, or you could also grab behind the knee, extend out through the left heel along the floor. We'll begin our practice by releasing the deep hip flexors, the psoas muscles. Press the right knee into the hands. As you exhale, lift the left leg all the way up. Breathe in at the top. Exhale to slow and steady release the left leg to your mat. Relax the muscles when you reach the floor. Then inhale, press out through the heel. Exhale, lift the left leg up. Inhale at the top. Exhale to release. Slowly release. Do that one more time. Use the exhale to lift to better mobilize your core muscles as you lift. Take a breath at the top. Exhale to release. Again, to more easily use your deep core muscles to support the leg as you let go. Then release the right leg beside the left one. Pause for a moment. See if you can sense the space you just created on the left side. Then draw the left knee into the chest and interlace the fingers over the knee or behind it. Press out through the right heel. Breathe in. Exhale, lift the right leg all the way up. That strengthens the psoas. Breathe in at the top. Exhale to slowly release, lengthening the psoas. Relax for a moment when you reach the floor. Then inhale, press back out through the heel. Exhale to lift the right leg up. Breathe in at the top. Exhale, slowly, steadily lower the leg to your mat, lengthening the hip flexor. Relax. And then one more time, use a full cycle of breath to lift, a full cycle of breath to release. When you reach the floor, extend the left leg beside the right one. Pause. Can you feel the space you just created on the right side? Now draw your knees into your chest. Bring your arms to a T on the floor with the palms face up. Take a breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees over to the right. Hover about halfway above the floor. Keep the knees close to you. Then inhale, knees to center. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left. Hover about halfway above the floor, keeping the knees close. Then inhale to center. Exhale, knees right and float. Inhale, center. Exhale, left and float. Go back and forth at your own pace. Keep the knees as close to you as you can so that you're using your deep core, your transverse abdominis muscle, instead of your low back muscles. This is also giving a nice massage to the digestive tract and your vital organs, the liver and the spleen and the kidneys. Now we'll meet together back at center, knees at the chest. Drift your knees forward so they're right over the hips. Shins come parallel to the floor. Flex the feet so you look like you're sitting in a chair. Now press your low back into the floor. Feel your abdominal muscles engage. Let the challenge in the body guide your full self into this present moment. Be with whatever arises as you hold, maybe some trembling. It could be emotion like irritation or frustration, thoughts. See if you can take a step back from all of that and simply witness your experience, allowing it to be just what it is. Now drop your feet to the floor. Feel a wave of letting go spread from your abdominal muscles out to the edges of your body. Take it in. Bring your arms out to a T, palms are face up. Lift your hips up, scoot them to the right. Then draw your knees into the chest. Drop your knees all the way over to the left. If it's okay on your low back, you can come all the way to the floor. If that's feeling like a lot of strain, this is also a nice stretch up into the right side body, into the ribs. You might support the outside of the left leg with your block so that you don't twist as far. There's a little more spaciousness to the pose. So it's not a lesser version. It's just different. Skill in yoga is not flexibility. Skill in yoga is listening to the body and meeting the body right where it's at. And recognizing that that changes day to day, year by year. If you feel better with the block, use the block. See if you can get both of your shoulder blades on the floor. Squirt your hips back onto your mat, straighten the hips out. Bring your block to the other side. Scoot your hips to the left, draw your knees into the chest, and then roll your knees over to the right. You might feel perfectly comfortable with your legs on the floor. You might feel a little more at ease if you support the outside of the right leg with a block. This is called revolved belly pose, Jathara Parivartanasana. Bring your knees back up, your hips back to your mat. Straighten the hips out. Take a moment, check in. Is there anything you need to feel complete in your practice? If you've done a lot of yoga, you might have some things in your tool bag to do, like a happy baby pose or a legs up the wall pose that you're familiar with, that you know you like to do at the end of your practice. This is new for you. Don't think about it. Just let your body start moving. It might just be a stretch that you need. There's no wrong way to move here. When you feel complete, make your way into a rest position. The main one in yoga is Shavasana, corpse pose, where the legs are extended and the arms are by the sides with the palms face up. That can, for some of us, put a little extra pressure on the lumbar spine, so it can feel better to bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet to the floor. If you have a bolster, you could slide the bolster under your knees, or you could let them fall in to hold each other up. We rest at the end of a yoga practice to integrate. We rest in our lives to do the same thing. If we do all the time, the things that we learn, the things we cultivate, have nowhere to go. We need to make room for this new information. And we do that by doing nothing, by relaxing and letting go. And without doing anything, it just happens all by itself, this integration. So notice if you're still doing work in the body, still holding, mobilizing. Relax the jaw. Relax the forehead. Relax the muscles inside the mouth. Relax the muscles at the backs of your eyes. Soften the throat, the chest, shoulder blades, the arms, the hands, the rib cage, the belly, the low back, the hips, the legs, the feet. Rest. Be. Receive.